I'm going to show you how to build an automation that converts any article to a LinkedIn post, X post, and an Instagram image post, so you can completely automate your content creation and repurpose it for multiple platforms all at once. And the best part is that it's really easy to implement and you have complete control over the content you're posting. It's not some random AI generated content. So you add a bunch of articles like this one, and then you just click on ready to be generated, and then you automatically have an Instagram image post created, you have an X post that's generated, and you have like a LinkedIn post that's also posted on your LinkedIn directly. Now you can obviously change the style of the post. It essentially depends on how you prompt it. Now it's a really valuable automation because you have control over what kind of content you post and what kind of articles you choose. And so you tend to generate like much higher quality posts on all these different platforms. It's way more valuable than actually just using AI or ChatGPT generated posts. And it's on complete auto mode, so you do not need to like even lift a finger. Just essentially just post that article on the Airtable and would automatically repurpose it to these multiple different platforms. So it's really helpful for business owners as well, because a lot of business owners really undermine the value of like posting consistently on these socials. So this automation will allow them to post consistently without actually having to spend a lot of time. It only takes like 10 seconds to just, put the link, or obviously you need to research about the article, just put the link, click on ready to be generated, and then you have like multiple posts generated for different platforms. So it's really valuable. It helps you stay consistent. It helps you leverage different parts of your business, and it's definitely something that you should build. Now you're gonna go to Airtable, just create an account, and then you create a new table. So I'll show you how to create a new table. It's pretty simple. You click on create, then start from scratch, and then we essentially edit these. Just name the content. This is going to be long text, and then save. And then this is going to be the status. I'm just going to delete this. We'll edit the status. Yeah, edit field. This is going to be it's going to be to do. Delete that. And then ready to be generated. Ready to be generated, and then generated. Okay, cool. And then you click on save. Then you add another one, which is going to be last modified time. Just click on create field, and then add another field called the Instagram text content. Now this would be linked to the other one, like to the other table that we're going to create after this. So firstly, let's create the other table before we create this. So discard this, create another table from scratch, and then we'll name this table as Instagram text content. Save. I would name this as article. Click on save. Now essentially you're gonna add the articles right here. So the name of the article, the title, and the content of the article, the status. I'm gonna explain everything later, but just to give you an idea of why I'm doing this. Then you go for like go to Instagram text content. We're gonna change this. Name is fine. Then you have point-wise summary. So the point-wise summary is pretty much for the text on the Instagram post, because I like it to be like point-wise. Because if you like, generally when you create an Instagram post, you add text on it, it's point-wise. So I'm just writing point-wise content, Instagram, and then click on save, and then you save. So this is going to be a short text, single line text, and then you have the generated image, right? So I'll change this to a file, an attachment. Then you click on save. So you have pretty much, the tables are pretty much ready. You have the article, the name of the article, the content of the article, the status. So pretty much when you want to generate an article, you just select ready to be generated. I'll show you how it works, obviously. So you have the tables. Now we're gonna just hop on and create a new scenario. And then you add an Airtable module, click on watch records, and then select your table. So this is the table that I created. And then the table would be, I'm gonna choose projects. The trigger field is gonna be last modified. The label field would be the name. And then, the formula is gonna be status is equal to ready. Okay, R is going to be capital, so you have to make sure that the cases and everything should be exactly identical so that it works properly. It's ready to be generated. Okay, and then you click on OK. Then add a second module. A second module is going to be an OpenAI module, create a completion prompt. Creating a new one just to show you guys how it works and how to create it. So I'm going to use the same prompt and explain you what the prompt is, and I'll link the prompt in the description so that you can use it. It's using GPT 3.5 Turbo, which is like a weaker, it's like a weaker model. It's not that smart. So, you need to be like the prompts. Like prompting is a bit harder then because the model is weak, so you have to give it more context. So you add a message, select user, message content. I'm gonna post this. But just replace write an Instagram post on the content, and the content will be pretty much the article. So the article is this. Yeah, so it's a pretty good prompt. Obviously you could tweak it according to the type of post you want to generate or the type of text you want to generate for your Instagram post. So use the following article to create a summary of what it's about. Generate an identical format without using emojis, because I don't really like emojis in my Instagram post. Make it really short and should be identical to the example output. So this is the example output. So we want to use this kind of prompt to make it generate similar format text post, similar format text generation like this one. So this is the input. I've just added some additional context, some additional information, just so that it sticks to this format, because GPT 3.5 is kind of dumb. The max tokens would be around, let's say 700, because it's a pretty short generation. It's for Instagram text. We don't need we don't need the text to be too long, right? Then you click on OK. Then we add another module, which is going to be a router. Now, because we're going to repurpose all the content, the article, to a LinkedIn post, to an Instagram post, and an X post, we're going to have 3 separate routes. So we're going to create one route for the LinkedIn posts. Now, obviously, the content that we've generated is for an Instagram post because it's really short. So you want to repurpose that into a LinkedIn post. So I'm going to add another OpenAI module. We're going to click on create a completion module, and then we're going to choose 3.5 as well. So 3.5 Turbo, and the message, we add a role user. The message content would be, just click on paste. Write a LinkedIn post on the result of this, and then the article is also going to be so I'm going to remove this part because it's not necessary. Then just click on OK. Okay, the max tokens would be Let's set it at 3500 because it's like a longer generation. And then we just add another module, LinkedIn module, create a user text post. And you obviously have to configure LinkedIn. The content would be pretty much the result of this one. Sorry, this one. That's the second OpenAI module. Just click on, just drag result here. The media type would be empty. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the LinkedIn one is configured. Then you add another module. This is going to be for the X post. I'm going to actually link, because you can obviously post it on X directly, but I just like to post it on Google Doc first, just because I like to review the post and edit it if I need to. Just click on create a document and drag it here. And the name would be pretty much the name of the title of the post and the result of the content. So I would actually add X post so that it's actually labeled clearly, and then choose folder. Then add another route. This would also be, this will actually be for the Instagram post. So, and I'm gonna actually show you how to generate an image based off the text that we generated here. So we go to apitemplate.io. Now you can actually create a template for your Instagram post with text would be posted on that specific image. So I'll show you how to do that. Just create a new image template. Just choose, they have a bunch of templates you can choose from. So let's say I choose this one. This is a pretty classic Twitter post. You know, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people on Instagram, they've been posting these Twitter style posts, Twitter format posts. Click on create. I'm going to choose Instagram. Click on create. Now you can obviously edit your name. You can add your image here. This is the text that will be changed. I'll just delete this. Yeah, this is the text that's going to be changed according to the generation that we have from ChatGPT. So you're going to keep this pretty much the same because it's anyways going to be changed. Now, once you've added your image, you've added your name, maybe you want to change the background image, you know, something like that. You can then go to click on Zapier Make, and then you have to copy the text. So it's right here. One second. Yeah, this is the text. So you have to copy this. And go back here. We can add another module for API template and then create an image. Then the template ID is going to be the new template. It's fine. Click on add item, sorry. The key is going to be the text, this that we just copied. The value is going to be result. So it says that we want to replace this text with this result, right? So then you click on OK. And then finally, you add two other Airtable modules. One is create a record, base Instagram, table is going to be, and then the name would be pretty much the name. Just drag the name title here. The point voice summary would be the result. Yeah, actually we leave the status blank. That's in the next part. So that's that. The final image is going to be, we're going to drag the download URL PNG here. The file name can be blank. It's not necessary at this point. So yeah, the name, the result, the final image. Okay. So after that, I'll add another module. This is going to be again for Airtable, but we're going to update the record. So the reason I'm doing this is because we don't want to generate a post twice. We don't want to generate it multiple times, right? So when you go to Airtable, I'll show you what I mean. For example, if I change the status, to, let's say, ready to be generated, that's when you can actually generate a post. If you don't change the status, you won't be able to generate a post. So that's the point. If we don't do that, then it's going to continuously generate the same post, and we don't want to do that, right? So if the post is generated, it automatically, the status is automatically updated to generated, so that it does not regenerate, right? The same post. So now the base would be Instagram. Just drag the ID right here. Then the status, simply generated. So this means that when the post is generated, we automatically update the ID, and that's the specific ID is generated, so that it does not regenerate the same post. We're pretty much done with the automation. I'll show you how it works now. Let's see if it's working well. We can start by running this. Let's just run this. So yeah, firstly, you have to update the record. You have to change this to ready to be generated. So once you do that, you have to obviously add the article, right? Okay, so now we just click change this to ready to be generated, and now we can run the module. We can run the automation. Just click on one. Perfect. So everything is done. I'll show you the post on LinkedIn first. There you go. So this is like a new post that's created. You can obviously like refine the prompts to make it as good as you want. Like just to make the generation as good as you want. And then I'll show you for the Airtable. So you go to quote cards. And then right here you have another image generation. There you go. Another pretty good image generation. And now I'm also going to go to my document, Google Docs. You'll see that an X post is also generated, which is pretty much ready to be posted. You could obviously link it directly, so it would post it directly without posting it to like a Google Doc. There you go. I just created this document like 2 minutes ago. There you go. That's the post for X. You can obviously, if you want to change the format, if you want to change the content, you could obviously do it by prompting. You can refine your prompts. And one thing to note is that if you're using GPT 3.5, it's a bit hard to prompt because you really have to be specific with your prompts. If you use GPT 4, it's relatively easy because even if you have a prompt with context, you have a simpler prompt. Since it's more smarter, it can, the output would be much better. But with GPT 3.5, you have to, really fine-tune the prompts, really focus on, creating really good prompts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we have the automation created. It was pretty simple, and it's really valuable. So you can create content, you can repurpose content from like an article, and you can repurpose it to an X post, you can repurpose it to a LinkedIn post, you can repurpose it to an Instagram post, and that to an image. So that's really valuable. It's a really valuable automation. If you want to tweak the content a bit, just add another module. You could just remove this LinkedIn module, you could add another Google Doc module here, and then you could tweak the post as you like. If you want to obviously not directly post it on LinkedIn without reviewing it, you could do that. You just add a Google Doc, you can review the post, and then you can manually post it. Or if you want to add an image. I wouldn't recommend adding AI generated images. You could add that, but I just don't like to add that because it's just not that attractive. It's just not that great. So I just like to add the manually created images that I create on Canva because they tend to be like way higher quality. There you go. That's pretty much the entire automation.